In a statement to USA Today, Costco says those preservatives help keep the chicken moist and ensure consistent cooking. Costco has since removed labeling and signs about preservatives.
Hey, don't shop at Costco again until you watch this.
Right now, a strike is officially underway after Costco's unionized workers vote to authorize it.
Because everything you think you know about bargains is about to change. Behind the towering pallets of rotisserie chickens, bulk paper towels, and Kirkland Signature vodka lies a system so precise it reads like behavioral engineering. Every price tag, every sample, every carefully placed product is designed to pull you deeper, make you linger longer, and convince you that you're saving more than you really are. From secret pricing codes to loss leaders that cost the company millions, Costco is a masterclass in perception, trust, and calculated persuasion.
Costco was on the new low list endlessly. Missoula recommends it today, and I'm going to talk about this tonight.
Today, we unveil the whole thing, the architecture of value perception. Walk into a Costco warehouse anywhere in the world, Issaquah, Washington, where the company is headquartered, or a cavernous location in Seoul, London, or Dubai, and what's the first thing that hits you?
Costco is suing the Trump administration over import tariffs. The company wants to ensure it will receive refunds.
Well, the ceilings are high, the aisles are wide, but the choices are strangely narrow. While a typical U.S. supermarket stocks between 30,000 and 40,000 stock-keeping units, Costco deliberately caps its selection at roughly 3,700 to 4,000 items. That gap isn't a coincidence or a supply limitation. It's a design choice, one that dates back to the company's earliest days in the 1980s. Jim Sinegal, Costco's co-founder and longtime CEO, said repeatedly in interviews throughout the 1990s and 2000s that too much choice makes people hesitate, doubt themselves, and walk away. Costco doesn't want hesitation, it wants momentum. You must shop without a second thought. That's the idea. You see, most stores compete by offering more brands, more variations, more sizes. Costco does the opposite. It removes comparison. You won't see 20 brands of olive oil lined up side by side. You'll see one, maybe two. The message is implicit but powerful. This product has already been chosen for you. Costco's internal buyers vet each item for quality, pricing leverage, supply stability, and volume potential before it ever hits the floor. If it fails on any of those metrics, it doesn't make it in. Costco positions itself as a filter that reduces cognitive load at the exact moment most retailers overwhelm it.
That beloved Costco run is getting an upgrade. The changes, part of a nationwide push by Costco.
In 2004, psychologist Barry Schwartz published The Paradox of Choice, synthesizing decades of behavioral research showing that an excess of options increases anxiety, delays decisions, and often leads to regret. Fewer options, by contrast, lead to faster decisions and higher satisfaction. Costco had already operationalized this idea at an industrial scale. The payoff is measurable. According to company earnings calls and annual reports, Costco generates dramatically higher sales per stock-keeping unit than conventional retailers. U.S. Costco warehouses average over $200 million in annual sales per location.
If you shop at Costco, your future trips to the warehouse might feel a little different.
Driven by speed, volume, and confidence rather than variety. Then there's scarcity. Products rotate constantly. Seasonal items appear and vanish. Entire pallets disappear overnight. A small asterisk printed in the corner of a price tag quietly signals that an item will not be restocked once it's gone. The psychological effect is immediate. Shoppers learn, often the hard way, that coming back tomorrow can mean missing out entirely. This dynamic fuels what Costco itself calls the treasure hunt experience, a phrase the company has used in shareholder communications since the early 2000s. It explains why shoppers wander aisles they didn't plan to enter, and why carts fill with items that weren't on any list. The store layout reinforces this behavior without overt direction. Costco warehouses famously lack aisle signage. There are no hanging category markers guiding you efficiently from one product to the next. Instead, shoppers are encouraged to explore. Wide aisles slow movement. Pallet displays create visual mass, and imply wholesale value. End caps change constantly. The environment is intentionally disorienting, but not uncomfortable. Behavioral studies on retail design show that increased dwell time correlates strongly with impulse purchasing, and Costco's average basket size reflects that reality. The longer shoppers stay, the more they buy. What makes this system particularly effective is that Costco refuses to advertise in any meaningful way. In 2024, Costco spent less than 0.1% of its revenue on advertising, a rounding error compared to competitors like Walmart, which spend billions annually on marketing across television, digital, and print.
I do want to point out that OPCO says Costco remains the gold standard retail maintenance as a topic.
Costco's leadership has been blunt about this choice for decades. Advertising adds cost. Cost undermines trust. If prices rise to pay for marketing, the entire value proposition collapses. Instead of telling customers it offers value, Costco engineers an environment that makes value feel self-evident. By the time a shopper reaches checkout, the architecture has already done its work. There is no hard sell, no flashing discount sign, no sales associate hovering nearby. And that's the danger. The absence of pressure creates the illusion of control. Shoppers don't feel manipulated. They feel smart, confident, efficient. They believe they've won. But is that indeed the case? Silent pricing signals and the illusion of deals. The numbers at Costco aren't random. They look ordinary, almost boring, but they have a language of their own. Costco has never published an official pricing guide. There's no handbook, no signage explaining what the decimals mean. But over the decades, former buyers, warehouse managers, and longtime employees have confirmed the same patterns. Start with the most common ending, 0.99. That's the baseline. It signals a regular full-price item. No promotion, no urgency, no distress. The product is selling at a rate Costco is comfortable with, and inventory levels are stable. This matters because Costco operates on razor-thin margins, typically around 10 to 11%, far lower than conventional retailers. A price number ending with 0.99 tells buyers and managers that nothing needs intervention. When that price drops to 0.97, something has changed. The item has missed velocity targets, the inventory needs to be cleared, or a seasonal reset is coming. Clearance at Costco isn't theatrical. There are no red tags or flashing signs. A 0.97 ending is enough. Warehouses move fast, and floor space is too valuable to waste. Once a 0.97 item is gone, it's gone. There's no backroom stock waiting for restock. This isn't marketing psychology as much as logistics discipline, but the psychological effect on shoppers is immediate. Then there are the less common endings, 0.49, 0.79, or occasionally clean whole dollar prices. These often indicate local manager discretion. Costco allows warehouse managers to adjust pricing to move excess inventory, respond to regional demand, or undercut nearby competitors. The same product might cost more in San Diego than in Phoenix, or less in suburban Ohio than in Manhattan. Uniformity matters less than throughput. Costco's priority is volume and speed, not aesthetic consistency. The most subtle signal of all is the asterisk, a small star printed in the top corner of the price tag. Internally, it means the item will not be reordered. It's dead stock walking. For shoppers who know the code, it creates instant urgency. For those who don't, it still works. The item feels temporary. Temporary things command attention. Bulk pricing adds another layer to the illusion of savings. Buying more feels cheaper, even when it isn't. Behavioral economists call this price perception bias. Multiple studies published in the Journal of Consumer Research show that shoppers consistently underestimate unit prices when products are sold in larger quantities. The brain anchors on the total price and assumes value based on size alone. Costco reinforces this by emphasizing pallet quantity and package scale. Unit pricing exists, but it's visually subordinate. The big number dominates. Bigger box, better deal, decision made. But bulk comes with a hidden cost that doesn't appear on the receipt: waste. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the average American household throws away close to 30% of the food it purchases. With fresh produce, dairy, and baked goods leading the list. Costco-sized portions amplify that effect. 2 pounds of spinach for one household, a gallon of milk consumed halfway, a bakery tray that goes stale before day 3. Once money is spent, sunk cost thinking takes over. Shoppers feel compelled to buy in bulk again to justify past bulk purchases, even as spoilage repeats the cycle. This cycle benefits Costco. Waste happens at home, not in the warehouse. Inventory moves quickly. Margins stay protected. Shoppers feel like insiders when they learn the pricing codes. None of this is accidental. Costco's entire pricing system is designed to move products efficiently without breaking trust. There are no gimmicks, no fake discounts, no inflated original prices. The signals are clean, consistent, and restrained. But that's not all. Loss leaders and behavioral traffic control. On a Tuesday morning in Issaquah, Washington, the warehouse is already alive. Forklifts glide across polished concrete. Towers of paper towels loom like walls. Somewhere near the back, a warm, unmistakable smell cuts through the air. It's the rotisserie chicken. Priced at $4.99, it has become one of the most recognizable objects in modern retail, not because it makes money, but because it doesn't. Introduced at that price in 1989, the chicken has barely budged in over 3 decades, surviving inflation, avian flu outbreaks, labor cost increases, and supply chain shocks. Analysts estimate Costco loses between $30 and $40 million annually selling these birds. Every CEO, from co-founder Jim Sinegal to current leadership, has defended the loss. The reason is simple: the chicken isn't food, it's bait. In retail economics, this tactic has a name: the loss leader. A loss leader is a product sold at or below cost to attract customers, with the expectation that they'll buy other higher-margin items once inside. Grocery chains like Walmart, Target, and Kroger all use loss leaders, but Costco's execution is unusually disciplined. The rotisserie chicken is never near the entrance. It's almost always at the back of the warehouse. To reach it, shoppers must pass through aisles of wine, electronics, apparel, baked goods, and housewares. Each step increases exposure. Each exposure increases the probability. The data supports it. A 2021 consumer behavior study by IRI Consulting found that 62% of Costco shoppers reported buying items they had not planned to purchase simply because they encountered them while navigating toward a specific product. This same logic extends to the $1.50 hot dog and soda combo, a product that has not changed price since 1985. Adjusted for inflation, it should cost over $4 today. Instead, it remains stubbornly cheap. In 2018, Costco co-founder Jim Sinegal famously threatened executives with termination if they ever raised the price. The hot dog isn't about driving traffic inward. It's about sealing the experience on the way out. After spending hundreds of dollars, the shopper ends the trip with a warm meal that feels absurdly affordable. Behavioral psychologists describe this as a form of endowment reinforcement. Customers leave feeling rewarded, smart, and satisfied, emotions that increase the likelihood of return visits and membership renewal. Costco's traffic control doesn't stop at the warehouse walls. Gas stations play a crucial external role. As of 2024, Costco operates over 600 gas stations across the United States, attached directly to warehouse locations.
Right now, Costco customers have more time in the day to fill up at the pump. The company is expanding its gas station hours.
These stations often offer fuel price 20 to 40 cents per gallon below nearby competitors. For many households, those savings alone can offset the annual $66.67 membership fee. The gas station becomes a recurring anchor, pulling members back weekly or bi-weekly, even when they didn't intend to shop. Morningstar analysts have noted that while gas margins themselves are thin, the increased visit frequency directly boosts in-warehouse spending, contributing to average annual warehouse sales exceeding $200 million per location in 2023. Aisles are wide enough to feel calm, but long enough to slow movement. Products are stacked on pallets to signal scale and value. The smell of chicken isn't accidental. Scent is a proven behavioral trigger. And in Costco's case, it acts as a directional cue, pulling shoppers forward. Every element reinforces the same behavioral loop. Enter for one thing: traverse many things, leave with more than planned, feel good about it. That last step is critical. Costco's business depends less on per-item profit and more on loyalty. Membership fees account for the majority of the company's operating profit. But wait, there's more. Trust engineering, brands, samples, and returns. By the time you reach the Kirkland Signature aisle in any Costco, you're already deep inside a carefully engineered experiment in trust. Kirkland isn't just a private label, it's Costco's social contract with its members. Introduced in 1995, at a time when store brands were still widely associated with lower quality, Kirkland was designed to do something unusual, remove doubt entirely. Today, the brand spans thousands of products, from organic olive oil and coffee to golf balls, vodka, baby formula, and prescription eyeglasses. In 2023 alone, Kirkland Signature generated an estimated $56 billion in revenue, a figure larger than the total annual sales of many Fortune 500 companies. Most Kirkland products aren't manufactured by Costco itself. They're produced by established, often premium manufacturers under strict contracts. Duracell has publicly acknowledged producing Kirkland batteries. French distillers supply Kirkland vodka that has been repeatedly linked to Grey Goose's production network. Major dairy producers bottle Kirkland milk. California and European vineyards produce Kirkland wines using the same facilities, equipment, and standards as their branded labels. Costco leverages the reputations of existing manufacturers while stripping away branding costs, advertising budgets, and distribution inefficiencies. Thus, the product feels familiar even when the label is new. That trust shortcut is powerful. Private label brands typically struggle because consumers fear the unknown. Costco bypasses that fear entirely. Yet Kirkland is not flawless, and Costco doesn't pretend it is. Certain products, paper towels, some canned tuna, and select frozen meals periodically underperform against national brands in taste tests or customer satisfaction surveys. The returns data shows it, customer reviews reflect it, and still, those items sell. The reason lies in Costco's margins. At roughly 10 to 11%, they're far thinner than the 20 to 25% margins typical of conventional grocery retailers. Kirkland doesn't need to be the best. It needs to be good enough, consistently, at a price that reinforces trust in the system as a whole. One mediocre product doesn't break confidence when the broader pattern holds. Trust at Costco extends far beyond packaging. It moves through the warehouse in human form every weekend, the free sample cart. On peak days, Costco warehouses deploy dozens of sampling stations, offering everything from frozen pizza in Phoenix to dumplings in Shanghai. The goal? Reciprocity principle. When people receive something for free, they feel an unconscious obligation to give something back. Studies consistently show that sampled products experience immediate sales lifts of 10 to 25%, sometimes higher for unfamiliar items. Samples also perform a second function that's less obvious but just as valuable: traffic control. Sampling stations slow shoppers down. They cause small clusters to form. They extend dwell time in specific aisles. Internal retail studies show that longer dwell time correlates directly with increased unplanned purchases. Costco insiders have referred to this effect as curated wandering, guiding shoppers to linger without ever telling them to stop. A bite of cheese becomes a reason to explore an aisle that was never on the list. Then there's the return policy, the final and most powerful trust lever in the system. Costco's return policy is legendary, sometimes controversial. With few exceptions, such as electronics and some specialty items, members can return purchases even a while later with minimal friction. There are documented cases of decade-old furniture being accepted without dispute. From a traditional retail perspective, this looks reckless. From Costco's perspective, it's insurance. Removing risk removes hesitation. Shoppers buy more freely when they know the exit door is wide open. The numbers back this up. A 2022 Consumer Reports survey found that 78% of Costco members cited the return policy as a major reason they renew their membership. Renewal rates in the US hover above 93% annually. All of this, Kirkland branding, premium manufacturing partnerships, free samples, and an unusually generous return policy feeds into confidence. Costco needs members to believe that buying here is safe, rational, and smart, but is it? The membership machine and how to beat it. Since 1983, Costco has charged customers to shop, and that annual membership $66.67 for a basic Gold Star membership in the US and $120 for an executive upgrade accounts for roughly 70% of the company's operating profits, according to its 2023 annual report. Retail margins on products themselves hover at just 10 to 11%, far lower than traditional grocers like Kroger or Walmart. Without memberships, Costco's model wouldn't survive. The fees are predictable, recurring, and essentially hedge against thin margins on everything from rotisserie chickens to bulk toilet paper. This membership-first philosophy shapes every decision inside the warehouse. Shoppers experience perceived savings more than actual lowest prices. A 2022 analysis by Morningstar found that the average Costco shopper believes they save 25 to 30% compared to conventional supermarkets. In reality, some bulk items, especially perishables, don't always deliver long-term savings, particularly if they spoil before consumption. But perception is everything. Customers leave feeling they've beaten the system. Costco also subtly converts trial users into full members via the shop card loophole, an internal term for gift cards and cash cards that allow non-members to shop as long as they pay with the card. This tactic exposes casual buyers to the warehouse experience, hoping the treasure hunt and the smell of fresh rotisserie chicken entice them into signing up. This funnel has been remarkably effective. Tens of thousands of non-members annually convert to paying members after using the card, especially during high-traffic holiday seasons. Savvy shoppers can beat the system, but only if they understand it. Tracking unit prices, ignoring the pull of bulk where it isn't needed, and focusing on high-margin essentials like Kirkland goods ensures that purchases actually save money. Conversely, impulse buys triggered by strategic product placement, free samples, and the lure of scarcity quietly drain wallets. For instance, buying oversized produce or non-perishable bulk items without a concrete plan often offsets any perceived discount. At the end of the day, Costco isn't just selling beans, batteries, or bacon. It's selling a promise of value delivered through a subscription model so ingrained that over 93% of US members renew annually, according to the company's 2023 shareholder letter. Every pallet, price tag, and product rotation is a nudge engineered to protect that revenue stream. For those who understand the rules, the warehouse is a playground of savings. For those who don't, it's a carefully orchestrated treadmill of perceived bargains, with membership fees quietly powering the machine beneath it all. So, be smarter than the rest. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Did you like this video? If you did, please consider liking, dropping a comment, and hitting the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on our new uploads. Also, don't miss this video you see on your screen right now. It's truly unbelievable.